Zhang Yi listened to Yang Xinxin's analysis of Tianhai's sprawling population and the likelihood that multiple formidable armed groups still operated in the ruins of the Xishan base. The realization that a single confrontation could be insufficient spurred him to think ahead, balancing his willingness to face trouble with the need to avoid being caught unprepared. He acknowledged the presence of 5 mutants, including himself, Liang Yu, and Hua Hua, and concluded that any adversary would have to think twice before attacking them. Turning his attention to concrete preparation, Zhang Yi summoned Lu Karen to his side. He explained that Yunk Manor now housed 3 families, his own, Uncle Yu's, and Fatty Sue's, and that a passive defense would no longer suffice. He asked Lu Karen to draft blueprints for a defensive line encircling their homes, promising to handle material transport while relying on the unique powers of his allies, Uncle Yu's combat prowess, Fatty Sue's ice manipulation, Liang Yu's cutting skills, and Hua Hua's strength for heavy lifting. Lu Karen, initially doubtful about manpower and machinery, was reassured when Zhang Yi listed each member's contribution, and she soon embraced the plan, confident that their combined abilities could forge an impregnable barrier. While the engineers plotted, Zhang Yi focused on his own recovery. Dr. Zhou Kor tended to him with meticulous medical care and nutrient-rich meals, allowing his lingering discomfort to fade within days. Restored to full health, he returned to his duties, aware that his recent preoccupation with the Xishan threat had left Yang Xia and Dr. Zhou feeling neglected. Determined to make amends, he welcomed them warmly at breakfast, sharing a hearty bowl of soup that he devoured with a grin, and letting the morning light settle over the villa's luxurious interior. The breakfast scene unfolded with a mixture of camaraderie and lingering mystery. Lu Karen pushed Yang Xinxin in her wheelchair, and Yang Xia gasped at their disheveled appearance, unable to grasp the night's events. Zhang Yi, ever pragmatic, presented Fatty Sue with a limited-edition Japanese latex companion, an intelligent, heat-insulated device designed for comfort and companionship, a small kindness meant to soothe his friend's recent heartbreak. Soon after, Uncle Yu, his wife, and Fatty Sue arrived, and the group gathered to discuss the defensive strategy. They agreed that a layered defense, first an outer ice and steel wall, then the secure shelter, would buy precious time should an enemy breach the perimeter. The conversation turned to logistics. Uncle Yu suggested salvaging reinforced concrete and weaponry from the still intact sections of the Xishan base, while Zhang Yi noted the difficulty of dismantling monolithic structures. Fatty Sue proposed using his ice control ability to harvest massive blocks from the nearby Lujiang River, forming walls that would not melt in the current cold and could be reinforced with steel bars for strength. Zhang Yi endorsed the ice wall concept, seeing it as a rapid, reparable solution that leveraged their mutant talents. With the plan set, the team resolved to scout the Xishan ruins in the coming days, retrieve heavy firearms, and begin construction of the defensive line that would protect their 3 families from any future onslaught. Zhang Yi, Fatty Sue, and Uncle Yu convened around the table to sketch a defensive line while the women of the house, led by Zhou Jaime, played mahjong. Zhou Kor fetched hot water, laughed at their cautious optimism, and reminded them that the fall of Xishan base might bring a fragile peace to Tianhai City. Zhang Yi warned against complacency, insisting they must rely on their own preparations. Fatty Sue, still feeling the aftereffects of recent battles and the strain of his new lifelike latex companion, asked for Luwei Diwang pills, which Zhang Yi replaced with goji berries. Uncle Yu reassured the group that his medication caused minimal side effects, prompting light teasing about stimulants. Their banter, though easygoing, underscored a hardened resolve forged by surviving the siege. The doorbell announced Liang Yu's arrival. After a brief, half-joking exchange about the nature of her relationship with Zhang Yi clarified as a purely platonic tutor arrangement, Liang entered the warm house, observing men sipping tea and women chatting over mahjong. She recalled the brutal cold of Shujia town, felt a pang of envy toward Zhou Kor's comfort, and received praise from Lu Karen and Yang Xinxin, who lauded her kindness as a rare treasure in the post-apocalyptic world. Later, Yang Xinxin, still smiling sweetly, urged Liang to consider moving the students of Shujia town into the shelter, arguing that it would teach them true survival while also noting that her absence might weaken the outside group's protection. Liang hesitated, citing her responsibility to the pupils and uncertainty about Zhang Yi's approval, but admitted the shelter's comfort was tempting and promised to think it over. Unaware of the earlier persuasion, Zhang Yi invited Liang downstairs to escape the crowded common area. He led her to the 3rd basement level of the stadium and provided a full set of cold-weather clothing, down jacket, wool sweater, thermal underwear, socks, sneakers, and a tracksuit for indoor exercise. After a modestly embarrassed shower, Liang changed into a gray sports vest and black fitted pants, her physique revealing years of disciplined training. Satisfied, Zhang Yi signaled the start of a private martial arts lesson, warning her that the training would be demanding and require mental readiness. The scene closed with a quiet acknowledgement of the plan, setting the stage for the imminent construction of an ice and steel fortification around the 3 family residences. Liang Yu arrived at the shelter eager to repay Zhang Yi for his kindness, and the two began a rigorous kung fu session. For 2.5 hours she pushed him to the limit, forcing him to take blows and test his defenses. When the training ended, both were drenched in sweat, their muscles aching, and Zhang Yi admitted his foundation was solid but mastery would take time. He accepted her offer to learn a new skill only as a means of survival, not ambition. After the session, Liang Yu handed him a bag of food retrieved from another dimension, enough to barely sustain 10 people, and then retreated to the bathroom before taking a shower upstairs. Later, Fatty Su approached Zhang Yi with a suggestion to bring Liang Yu to the upcoming expedition to the Xishan base, arguing that more people meant greater safety. Uncle Yu mocked Su's caution, calling him a coward, while Zhang Yi calmly explained that inviting Liang Yu would create a debt they could not afford. She was still only a business associate, not a trusted member of the group. He assured them that a small team would suffice for the ruin search, noting that even captain-level superhumans like Ling Feng had been eliminated and the base's leader, Chen Xinyan, reduced to ash, making human threats unlikely. Back in Xujia town, Liang Yu placed the dimensional food before her hungry students. The children scrambled for the meager portions, their faces a mix of relief and disappointment as they realized the supply would not fill them. She questioned Yi Xiaotian and Wu Chengyu about their recent icebreaking and fish digging efforts on the Lujiang River. Both admitted the tools were rudimentary and the yield negligible. Liang Yu pressed them to improve efficiency, reminding them that Zhang Yi's aid was limited and would not last forever. The students, aware of their dwindling rations, voiced frustration and begged for a more reliable source of sustenance. Wu Chengyu, sensing an opportunity, proposed that the class request permission to stay in Zhang Yi's shelter, citing that Yang Xinxin and Lu Karen already enjoyed that privilege. The other children of influential Tianhai families, instantly rallied behind the idea, arguing that they deserved the same comforts as those with connections. Liang Yu tried to explain the distinction. Yang Xinxin was Zhang Yi's girlfriend's sister and Lu Karen a close friend with valuable technical skills, whereas the students lacked comparable ties or expertise. The pupils, however, remained unconvinced, their eyes fixed on the shelter across the river, yearning for a better life. 3 days later, Zhang Yi, Fatty Su, and Uncle Yu reported full physical recovery and prepared to depart for the Xishan base to scavenge usable supplies. Lu Karen spent the same period refining the defensive line schematics, presenting a final version that would be implemented once sufficient building materials were secured. During their planning, Zhang Yi raised the issue of repairing the shelter's exterior wall, which had been partially destroyed by special forces. Lu Karen explained that the wall was cast in a single piece, making repairs more complex, but not impossible. She suggested compiling a material list and procuring the needed items from a city-based construction supplier. The group agreed that damage, roughly 20%, did not yet threaten daily life, allowing them to prioritize the supply raid. The chapter closed with Zhang Yi laughing at Lu Karen's playful salute, pinching her nose in jest, while the team solidified their next steps: retrieve resources from Xishan, rebuild the defensive perimeter, and address the lingering wall damage. Meanwhile, Liang Yu faced mounting pressure from her students, who continued to demand a share of the shelter's safety and resources, leaving her torn between duty to her pupils and the harsh realities of limited aid.